number 3. Okay, so people often see on labels that just because it says diet, okay, that all diet drinks, all diet foods are good for you. Okay, so I'm going to run through a very popular diet drink on the market. I'm going to read through, I have taken this straight off the side of the container. Energy, 0.7 calories. That's pretty good, isn't it? 0.7 calories, there's hardly anything, less than 1. Okay, hardly any carbohydrates. Sodium, 28 grams, potassium, 31 grams, phosphorus, 36, caffeine, and then aspartame and a sulfame K. Put your hands up if you have any idea what a sulfame K is. No. Do you have any idea what aspartame is? A couple of heads nodding. Okay, it's very important that you understand that in most common diet drinks that are on the market, they do contain very, very harmful ingredients. Aspartame is an artificial sweetener that has been linked to causing cancer. A sulfame K has been linked to neurodegeneration of the brain, and phosphoric acid has been linked to decreased bone density and also leading to kidney disease. So whilst it may be a slimming drink, yes, you're going to get skinny, but you'll get cancer and get dumb as well. Don't quote me on that, please. Okay, so introducing our Xindu Cola. So we actually have done something that it's a healthy version of cola. Just to run you through the fact that our Xindu Cola has got no aspartame or a sulfame K. It has no phosphoric acid, no artificial colours, flavours, preservatives, it's low glycemic index, it's suitable for diabetics, nothing harmful in it, and only 3 calories. Okay, so just want to let you know it is possible to have healthy diet drinks, okay, healthy weight management drinks that don't have all the harmful chemicals. Now I'm just quickly going to slip in one of our other drinks, just simply because it is in your goodie pack later this afternoon that you will get. I want you to understand a little bit more about it. So just quickly, in the snack waters that you will get in your goodie bag, okay, they're a sachet that you mix with water, and they're all natural colours, flavours and ingredients. Okay, there's no harmful chemicals, and they do have fibre in them as well. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I wanted to just highlight to you that there's nothing harmful in them. Okay, and they're in fact good for you, containing fibre and all natural ingredients. Let's get back to myth busting. Okay, myth number 4, that orange juice is good for me. Now, as a little girl, my mother told me that I had to drink orange juice to get my vitamin C. Did anyone else's family do that to them? Yeah, most people are nodding. Okay, because most people will consider that orange juice is healthy and it's got lots of vitamins in it. Let's bust that myth. Did you know that an orange, as in the orange fruit, has 50 calories? Okay, it is very, very rich in vitamin C. It is a great source of fibre. It has 11 vitamins and minerals, and it is very low in fat. But what do we do to make orange juice? We squeeze it. Okay, so we squeeze and squeeze and squeeze oranges, and then eventually what you're left with is a glass that has juice that's come from an orange. But to get 1 glass of juice, you actually have to squeeze about 5 or 6 oranges into that glass. And so as a result, what you do is you leave all the fibre and all the goodness actually in the orange, and you squeeze out the juice, which contains about 180 calories, but alarmingly it has 7 teaspoons of sugar, and I've already mentioned that we leave the fibre behind. Okay, so 180 calories, 7 teaspoons of sugar. Doesn't sound that healthy, does it? Okay, now when you go and buy commercial orange juice, of course the brands, it does make a difference, okay? But just so you know, when you read the label, just because it has no sugar added does not mean that it doesn't contain sugar. Okay, so what I wanted to do is highlight some other foods that contain this many calories and this much sugar. A packet of Maltesers, a soft drink, Quay, a Subway cookie, and 5 Chupa Chup lollies. Okay, so as you can see, orange juice would fit into that. So basically, orange juice has the same amount of calories and sugar as all of these things. Sorry. Okay, number 5. Myth number 5 is that energy drinks will give me energy. Okay, so often people are working such long hours these days and they're getting tired, and so they're going to things like Red Bulls and all of those guarana and energy drinks to give them energy. Okay, so it's kind of true, this myth, that yes, Energy drinks will give you energy because caffeine and guarana and taurine are all stimulants to keep you awake. But unfortunately, you're going to get quite a lot of caffeine, about 80 milligrams of caffeine, and not to mention a lot of calories and a lot of teaspoons of sugar. Okay, and hopefully you'll remember what effects that much sugar and that many calories will have on the body and to your health. Myth number 6. Now this was very interesting for me. I learned a lot putting this particular slide together. Just because it says low fat on the label means it must be good for me. Okay, so when you go to the shops, you want to buy something and it says low fat, you think, oh wow, I can eat as much as this as I want because it's got low fat on it. Okay, I want to discuss with you and share with you what it means to have low fat claims on labels. Now on a label, when you pick it up, okay, it can say many different things. It can say low fat, fat free, or reduced fat, okay, and they have specific requirements. To be low fat, to have something listed as low fat, it must contain less than 3 grams per 100 grams. To be reduced or fat-free, it must contain less than 0.15 grams per 100 grams. And then to be reduced fat, it must be simply 25% less than the food it's being compared to. Okay, so I'm going to explain that a little bit more in a picture in the next slide, but I need you to understand that just because something is low fat doesn't mean that it can be eaten or drunk guilt-free. Now, this is what we're going to compare. We're going to compare the same brand of milk in the same amount, the same portion, but we're going to compare full cream to a low-fat version. Okay, now don't think that I'm picking on milk, okay? Milk is not bad, it's just that I'm trying to highlight what I'm just comparing full fat to the low fat version. Okay, so you will see, just excuse me as I turn to the side, you'll see that in full cream, they're the same size, there is 165 calories in the full cream and only 145 in the low fat. So just because it's low fat, it's only reduced by 20 calories, which is not that much really. You'll see that the fat, yes, it has decreased 9.5 compared to 3.3, but taking your attention to the carbohydrates. So whilst the low fat version may be lower in fat, it's actually got a much higher amount of carbohydrates in the ingredients. Now what happens to carbohydrate in the body? It turns to fat. If it's unused, if your body does not use it, it converts it and stores as body fat. Okay, so importantly, just because it is lower in fat compared to the original, it doesn't mean that it won't end up as fat in your body. Okay, so always be very careful when you pick up a food and it says low fat. I want you to ask yourself, low fat compared to what? Okay, so always get the original and get the ingredients and compare. Alright, next myth, number 7. 99% fat-free foods are good for me. Okay, my favourite, 99% fat-free marshmallows. Let's have a look at the ingredients. The ingredients are gelatine, there's egg whites in there, there's sugar, corn syrup, and vanilla for flavouring. Now put your hands up if you can see fat in the ingredients list. I can't. Okay, basically 99% fat-free on marshmallows is a very hollow claim because there isn't any fat in the ingredients. However, it does contain a lot of sugar. And what is sugar? It is a refined carbohydrate. And what happens to carbohydrate in the body? If it isn't used in normal body processes, it is converted and stored as body fat. Okay, so just because it's 99% fat-free doesn't mean it's not going to end up as body fat in your body. Am I scaring you all?